How did you choose your profession?
I think it chose me. I don't think I had a choice. I just, well, I have a couple of theories. I think it was just a way for me to express things very simply. Also, I was quite a gregarious child, and I would live in my imagination. I would go to the local shop and like put on an English accent and buy some. I'll have half kilogram of ham. Thanks for just ridiculous.
So it was natural. You just flowed into this.
Seemingly, yeah. It seems strange. I mean, I know it's such a strange thing to do with one's life, but I really love it, and
Well, it shows.
oh yeah, that's good.
I enjoy my work. I love acting. I've been doing it since I was a teenager, and I love it. So that's what I get out of it, is the actual experience of telling the story and being on set with all these people and everyone contributing and sharing something.
Well, how great is it to love your job? Yeah. So many people don't. That in itself is amazing. I mean, I love acting itself. I think I touched on it. I love those moments that are out of control, that are completely surprising, when the energy takes on a life of its own. And no matter what you've prepared, it just becomes whatever it needs to be. I love that. I love the feeling on set. I love being with the crew. I love sitting in makeup in the morning when everyone's drinking tea and just waking up. I love getting up early in the morning when no one else is up and it's so quiet on the way to work. It always comes down to the people. It comes down to that collaboration. That is really the most exciting, satisfying thing. And it's always different. And very rarely do people know each other before something starts. And everyone's always nervous. And it's so focused and intense, and everyone gets to know each other really quickly in the most unbelievable way. We have a show starting today on Netflix called Unbelievable.
When you show up to work, your character is so thoroughly lived in. It feels like you've been this person forever. And that's not every actor can do that. Is that something you're conscious of? Do you start, I mean, do you build your day around it? It's remarkable, so I'm curious what aspect of it you're conscious of.
I don't think it's that conscious, really. I don't. I know why I've been hired. The script is there. I will have lived for it for, a certain amount of time. I also don't want to waste everyone's time, and I'm very aware of people having lives. And I know that there's a focus and we're all there to tell this story. But it's very rare that I'll come to a scene and feel like I need to rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. I pretty much do turn up ready to. And sometimes I kind of get to know a crew and I'm like, they're not going to get it right on the first 3 takes. So I'm just not going to give it all until...
I'm going to hold back for 3 takes until I see them get their shit together. Nice.
Because they can't use it if it's out of fucking focus.
Very good. I like that.
I usually really do not like working with dialect coaches because it makes me so self-conscious about what I'm doing rather than just being in the moment and trying to create something truthful. However, this film, Glassland, is kind of set in an area of Dublin, and I've spent a lot of time in Ireland, but I had not been to this area called Tala, and it's a very specific dialect which I'd never heard before, and so I may as well have been learning Chinese. It was just so foreign to me. So I was panicked, and I wondered whether perhaps they should have recast right before we started shooting. That's how nervous I was. But I worked with a wonderful actor/dialect coach in Dublin who really got me across the line. I think also when things are theoretical and you're just kind of ruminating, it can blow up into a monster. But once you start shooting, it all becomes practical. It's much easier, yeah.
But the thing that drew me to it on the whole is it's just so honest and so raw. And the films that I appreciate are the ones where you cannot see the dots being joined. There's nothing between the audience and the story that you're being drawn into. And I think that Jared really managed to do that with this particular
And he's
story.
only 25.
He's 27 now, he's all grown up.
So many films these days feel so safe, because they're trying to appeal to the masses and therefore everything gets watered down.
And no one cares. No one cares. There's nothing to latch onto. And ironically, what people really, really crave, I feel, and what I crave, both as an actor and as an audience member, is like this a strength of voice, something with, you know, somebody who has something to say. And that's what this film really has, I think. I mean, I think as an actor, you really long for an opportunity to go for it. And those jobs are very rare, and this is definitely one of them.
Oh, I think projects that I work on, I can't really see them. I can feel them, and only later do I see them. I kind of work blindly and intuitively, and I don't want to know really there's a certain amount of preparation and detail. Everybody does as an actor, but I don't want to fully understand things because then I think it somehow comes out in a purer way.
Totally understand.
In a way, the character demands it. It's not about me and what I need. It's like what this person needs to become real is always going to be different because we're all so different.
Right.
In a way, I used to think about Tara being just an extension of all of us. She did have an illness, but I think that we all are so capable of so many things, and all of those elements do reside within us, and they just present themselves at any different moment. And the acting, I guess, is an extension of that because you're taking certain. You're reacting to a script and kind of using parts of yourself to bring that to life. But I think we are all so multidimensional and have so many different aspects to ourselves, and they're always drawn out by different people and experiences and events. So it doesn't seem entirely crazy to me.
Even when you have the best of child actors, it's still, there is that concern that this is a child. So how did you establish the relationship between you and Haley?
Well, one thing that Knight kept reiterating was just to treat him the way I would treat anybody else, and that was on and off screen, and I think that's what makes the relationship between Lynn and Cole real, because they're partners in crime. This is the family unit. They only have each other, and I think it's a mistake. It would have been a mistake to have talked down to him, as many adults do to children. But honestly, Haley is not like a kid. He is first and foremost an actor. He happens to be 10 years old, 11 now. Yeah.
Anne is incredible. She is such a gorgeous person, so open. And as an actor, she's just like completely present and willing to be open and share everything, and that's when spontaneity and real kind of exciting things can come about. I loved working with her.
Another little admission, and I admitted this to Toni while we were working, but there were many times where I had everything I needed in a scene, and I made her do it again just because it's so much fun to watch her work. I would say, no, we're going again. No, we're going again. I get to watch this. I get to be the first person to see this ever.